While the majority of my manga collection is Japanese manga, as you can see, everything behind me is Japanese. That doesn't mean that all of my manga is Japanese. I have limited space, so what you can't see is behind you, there is a wall that is filled with my English manga. And I thought it would be fun to kind of go English publisher by publisher and just talk about my favorites and my least favorites of each publisher. I think the manga publisher I have the most from in English would definitely be Tokyopop, but I do also have a lot of Viz Media. But for today, I thought it would be fun to talk about my rankings, I guess you can say. It's not that serious, but my rankings of all of my Tokyopop shoujo, specifically my shoujo manga. These are all of them. I don't have all that many just because Tokyopop mostly produces BL, I think. And while that is for women, I think it deserves its own category. It deserves its own video. So in this video, it's all about the shoujo romances. And to start, in last place, unfortunately, is this one right here. The English title is The Inconvenient Life of an Arousing Priestess. I have read the first 2 volumes, and unfortunately, while it does have pretty art, and all of the characters are well drawn, and the art is pretty. The story is just really not for me. I really don't like how they treat any of the characters, especially the main priestess, Monica. I'm not a big fan of stories that women are treated poorly in, and she's just treated so poorly. I don't really feel like there's any chemistry between any of the characters at all in the series, even the side characters. I don't like any of the relationships. The only saving grace for me is the art is pretty. I will say that I did like volume 2 more than volume 1, but I didn't like it enough to say that I liked the series at all. So this is the 5th in my number 5. It's at the bottom, unfortunately. Moving on though, we have volume 1, and I only have volume 1 of The Unwanted Bride Loves the Crown Prince with All of Her Heart. This one, again, I don't like the female lead, and I feel kind of mean saying it, but she's a little bit too meek. I guess quite a bit too meek for my liking. She really doesn't do anything. She just kind of takes a beating the entire volume. And it sucks because the art is beautiful. Again, the character designs are so nice. This is a full color series, and it kind of does feel more like a manhwa versus a manga. Like, I've definitely read quite a few manhwa similar to this story, but it feels so nice. It's bigger than the average Tokyopop. We'll do a little size comparison. It is bigger, but it's thinner as well. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna continue this one, just because like they met when they were children and they loved each other, and she knew who he was, but I guess he didn't know who she was when they were children. And then later in life, they are forced to get married, and she remembers him from when they were children, and she's madly in love with him, and he despises her because she's from an enemy country. But like, she took care of him when they were children, and he just forgot about her. And so he's allowing everybody to treat her like garbage. And when she tries to be like, oh, Prince, like, I'm over here, like, look at me, he's like, oh, this stupid woman, I'll allow her to be looked at by my eyes. Kind of like, he doesn't see that he's wrong ever. And like, there are definitely worse male leads. Like, he doesn't actively abuse her, but he's allowing her to be abused, and I just don't like it. So that's number 4. And then number 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, okay. that's number 4. Number 3 is The Margrave's Daughter and the Enemy Prince. I have the first 3 volumes, I think, and I've read the first 2. This one, I didn't love it, didn't hate it. It was okay. I do like a good enemies to lovers. However, they're too far in the enemy territory. I don't think they're ever going to become lovers in my eyes. Like, I did like her as a female lead up until there was just one scene that it was too cartoonish. It threw me out of my immersion right away, unfortunately. And he could be a fantastic male lead. Like, he has all of the fixings. He pretends to be evil. He's not actually that evil. He has a whole scheme going on. But, like, he allows her to be abused. And she doesn't need to be abused. He just allows it to happen. And he tells her, like, you're gonna fall in love with me. Like, I think he already has feelings for her by the end of volume 2, I would say. And she is so painfully unaware of romance and feelings. Like, she has no survival instincts when it comes to that sort of thing. So she just feels really out of place. Like, I don't see her as the romantic lead in any situation ever currently. I do like the political aspect of it, which is why it's number 3. But as a romantic story, I don't love it. I think there's no chemistry between the two still, in my opinion. Moving on to... Oh. I made a mistake. There are 6 volumes here. Okay, this one's number 6. I can't count. I'm bad at math. This one's number 5. And then this would be number 4, not 3. Whoopsies. Okay, number 3 is Trapped by His Love, the Duke's Unexpected Bride. This one, while it is rather outlandish, I do feel like there's actual chemistry between the two, and I do find it funny. And there is actually, like, he's not a potential male lead, but there's a man who has interest in the female lead who is a villain, and he's allowed to be a villain, while our actual male lead is just a crazy man obsessed with her. And I really like that kind of plot. The art's okay. It's not my absolute favorite, but it's still, like, I have nothing to complain about with the art. I like the crazy male lead that's obsessed with her. I like a male lead who treats the female lead right. And he doesn't trick her, but he kind of forces the situation so that they get engaged, and he's just so happy that they're engaged. The only complaint that I have is at the end of this volume, spoiler warning, they share an I love you. And I think it's more so in the BL that Tokyopop posts. My one complaint is that they'll translate ski to I love you every single time. In specifically Tokyopop manga, I've noticed. And it'll be like, page 4, they met 2 days ago, I love you, I love you. And, like, that's not realistic. Like, I know I like you doesn't really feel romantic, but saying I love you like 30 seconds after you started dating or just met, it feels, I don't like it. It feels too speedy for me. And then, yeah, here they say, like, I wish you would fall in love with me. I do love you. We've been engaged for a half day, but I love you already. That's my one complaint with it. That's why it's further down the list. But I did enjoy this. I'm rambling a little bit. Number 2 is my contract with the apothecary monster. This was my number 1 until I read my actual number 1 this morning and I had to redo my list. I really liked this, and I'm surprised that I liked this as much as I did. The art is really pretty. I like all of the character designs, and this is a really unique story, especially for Tokyopop, I feel. There is, like, hints of romance, but there's not actual romance. And I really like the relationship between our female lead and her, like, monster. I don't know if they get into a relationship. I don't know how that works. My one complaint with this story is that it was a little bit information heavy at times. Like, there were some pages that it was just walls of text. And it was a lot to digest all at once. I'm trying to find, there was a specific, but yeah, here it was just like text. And I know it's not that text heavy, but all of the text is about, like, the backstory of the world. It's a lot of world building, which typically I do like a story that has a good amount of world building, but rather than just in walls of text like that, I want to be shown it through dialogue and pictures, a little bit more than just walls of text in the background. Despite that, though, I really, really did like this. I didn't think I was gonna like it in the very first chapter because our female lead is taken to a new world where she's basically told, like, shut up and do what you're told. Here's your new fiance. You're gonna be treated poorly here. Bye. And I was thinking, oh great, it's another story where the woman is treated poorly and then will fall in love with a man, and that's the series. Thankfully, it's not. Our female lead is very, very capable, which is why I love this story so much. And she's kind of upset that she was able to make a contract with a monster that's so much stronger, because she understands that she's not smart enough in the political sense that she wouldn't be able to, like, keep herself safe, because she knows if the kingdom knows that she has a really powerful monster, she's going to be swept up in politics, and she knows that she can't handle that. And I love that. I love a strong female lead who understands her limitations. I really enjoyed this, and I think volume 2 is out, I think. I don't have it, but I think it's out. I'm excited to continue reading. And then my number 1 is Alice in Kyoto Forest. This is such a whimsical story. I bought this secondhand for $5, and it's dirty, and I'm upset, but that's okay. I love this so much. It might be because I lived in Kyoto, and I'm partial to stories about Kyoto, but it's such a sweet story. It's a retelling of Alice in Wonderland, obviously, and our main character here, it's so cute, Alice, she loves reading, and she brings, like, her little box of stories and fairy tales with her wherever she goes. It's really, really sweet. She goes to Kyoto, where it's not actually Kyoto, it's called Kyoto Forest, where things are a little bit different. There's magical elements. You can see Kyoto Forest. There's magical elements. People have tails. Money doesn't exist. There's just a whole bunch of things. But it's such a sweet story. In volume 1, there's no romance. I think there will be a little bit of romance in volume 2. I know it's an older series, but I still don't have volume 2. But I really, really love this series. Or this volume, I should say, because I don't have the full series yet. But this is probably the one I'm most excited to read, just because it's so fantastical. I love the female lead. Alice is a very fun character to watch. This did have a few moments that felt kind of like they were taking out of Howl's Moving Castle, specifically her getting older and then having to figure out how to return to her true form. Very, very good. I think there's only 2 volumes, maybe. I remember hearing people complaining that this is a very short series, and I'm worried because I read 10 volumes of this, I'm pretty sure. I'm really enjoying this one. But that was my list of my top 6, not 5, TOKYOPOP series. And here they all are. Have you read any of them? Let me know.